Here on GHOne television, and my name is Lantam Papanko. We're excited that you've joined us this evening for us to do the show, and it's going to be quite an interesting one because for some time now, if you've been watching the news, it's been awash with issues that have got to do with Galamsey, and there have been all kinds of protests about Galamsey, and in all of that, it looks like the attention has shifted towards that angle, but then there are other issues that are of equal importance to a lot of people in this country, which really have not been front and center in the media space. Today on State of Affairs, we want to highlight one of such issues because there is another protest, or should I call it another march, that is coming up in regard to that. If you're guessing what I'm talking about the Proper Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill, which is in contention. Parliament passed it. It was sent to the president. The president has refused to assent to it, and there are some individuals who have taken some issues about the bill to court. And the Supreme Court is supposed to be dealing with it, but as it stands now, we don't know the current state of that. And so those who are advocating for this bill to be passed, to become law, are planning to do a protest. And today we want to find out all about this and more here on State of Affairs this evening. My guests in the studio to talk about this evening is David Aguda. He is with the Arise for Christ Ghana, Advocate for Christ Ghana, and of course, one of the supporters of this Proper Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill. And also in the studio is one of the conveners of Arise Ghana. Of course, he needs no introduction. He's very well known. Rex Omar is also here in the studio. Good evening to you, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Thank you very much for joining us here.
Thank you.
And we're excited that you have joined us this evening for us to have these conversations. So let me begin with you, David, on this. Why do you feel the need for there to be a protest about this bill? Especially at a time like this when there have been all kinds of protests about Galamsey, about teachers and their working conditions and what have you. Why do you feel that there needs to be a protest about this bill? Let's start from there.
The reason why we need to have a peaceful march about this bill is to highlight it, bring it to the front burner of national issues. That is the reason why this time is the best. In fact, could not have been a better time to highlight these issues, especially in the light of the fact that there are other equally important, pressing national issues which have taken the attention of everybody. Today, because of the public engagements we've had across the media, a lot of traction has been generated, and I dare say has even resulted in the ages of the Supreme Court having a press conference. Because of the activity that has gone on today. We've been on so many radio stations, so many TV stations today, as we try to create awareness about the peaceful march. And I want to stress that it's a peaceful march of all well-meaning Ghanaians to demand from the judiciary their responsibility to dispense justice on such a critical national issue. There is no better time than this.
To dispense justice on such a national critical issue. When you say dispense justice, what exactly do you mean by that?
There is a case before the Supreme Court which has barred Parliament from executing its constitutional responsibility of forwarding the bill to the presidency, where the president would take a decision let me be careful with my choice of words, take a decision to either assent to it or return it to Parliament within 14 days with an explanation as to what he wants done to the bill. Now, a case has been presented to court, which is perfectly in line with the Constitution. But the processes that should be in place have been hijacked. So as it stands now, it has been more than 70 days since the judiciary should have taken action on this, and to date, nothing has happened.
So, I mean, from your perspective, Rex Omar, why is it important that we highlight this issue at this particular point in time, from your perspective?
Thank you. I mean, I believe that this issue is supposed to be top on the agenda of all issues. This has to do with our way of life, our culture, our children's future. That's why the march is called Family Values March, because the whole thing is something that must be, I mean, a bill that when they did polling, over 93% of Ghanaians are behind this thing. This is the bill that all the parliamentarians actually voted for. So at the end of the day, even here in this country, when we do elections, so when you win 50% plus one vote, you become a president. Mm-hmm. How much more a bill that 93% of Ghanaians are behind it, and then a game is being played. Before the bill was even sent to president, his secretary wrote to parliament that don't bring it because we believe somebody is going to court. And the president even came out to also say, yes, because we believe somebody is going to take it to court. And somebody really took it to court. We of Arise Ghana, we believe that it is the presidency who even push people to send it to court so that they can play games with it. Because we don't understand this. How long must it take for a bill that all our parliamentarians, both political divides, have approved? And the whole situation is they know that if the bill gets to the presidency, he has only 14 days, either to assent to it or send it back to parliament with explanation. So this is what Nana Akufo-Addo is shying away and using the judicial system to play the games. So now, this afternoon we heard that the Supreme Court has come out and they say it's not their fault, it's the fault of the people dealing with the issue. But we are in this country, we know when Ghanaians, majority of Ghanaians didn't want e-levy, some people took it to court, yet the president assented to it. So what is different? This one that 93% of Ghanaians say this is what we want. Then the president is playing games, gymnastics with it. So now, tomorrow we want to march, go through the Attorney General, go to Chief Justice to find out where she stands. We know she's a Christian. We know she's a mother. And this issue has to do with our family values.
So the march is to know where the Chief Justice stands.
Because we believe that the president is using her to shield him, the president, from assenting the bill.
But doesn't matter where she stands. Doesn't it have to go through the judicial process? Because, like you mentioned, the registrar of the court, Justice Ellen Ofe Aye, has told all of us that, the Supreme Court really is not delaying this now. It is the people who have filed the processes who are supposed to do certain things with regard to this to make sure that the case moves along. They are the ones who are delaying it, and until they're able to do all that they need to do, the case cannot move along. So is it really the fault of the justice of the judicial system, or is the fault of the people who have actually sent the suits? This
is what I call gymnastics. They say justice delayed is justice denied. This is an issue that concerns all Ghanaians. Tomorrow you see the caliber of people, for the first time in the history of Ghana, you see the caliber of people who will do this march. Clergy, traditionalists, imams, everybody. So this is an issue that concerns most Ghanaians. So Chief Justice cannot come and tell us or Supreme Court cannot just come and tell us that it is the people involved. Haven't you heard a Supreme Court or any judge subpoenaing people that say that, okay, I'm giving you 10 days, bring your issues. If people are not bringing the issues, he should throw the case off so that the Parliament can do their business. To me, it's a game they are playing.
So is that the only thing that you're looking for, to know the position of the Chief Justice, on this, or there are other reasons why, or there are other demands that you are making with regard to this protest?
Our major request, our major demand is to get a timetable for the adjudication of this matter. You would recall, we were all in this country when the first time there was an election petition. It took over 8 months. The powers of the Supreme Court, study our constitution, and you would understand the powers of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court decided to set a 90-day window for adjudicating issues about election petition.
Yeah.
Why can't the judiciary give us a time frame for an issue where over 90% of Ghanaians are pushing for? Now, the first case that was presented by the lecturer at the University of Ghana, during the judicial vacation, 2 justices, also of the Supreme Court, sat, heard the case and dispensed with the case and gave their ruling on the case.
Yeah.
So, what is different about this one? And from the ruling of that case, the judiciary almost always does not depart from its own rulings. Okay, so what is holding back a ruling on this matter? If lawyers or parties are failing to file, have we not heard cases in this country where parties failed to file, the judiciary served notice of passing judgment and went ahead and passed judgment? So what is special about this? We are asking for a ruling. The ruling can go in our favor or go against us. Yeah. If it goes against us, we take a decision on what next to do. But you see, on the issue of the injunction, the Supreme Court heard all the submissions and said they would give their judgment with the main case, effectively perpetuating the injunction. Because as long as it's an injunction and it is in the Supreme Court, there is no way any legal luminary will advise you to go against it. So we haven't gotten judgment. If the judgment of the Supreme Court is to uphold the injunction, we all know it. Then we know that an injunction is in place. If the injunction is not upheld, okay, then we will proceed. But as it stands now, the Supreme Court has effectively upheld the injunction by not giving us a ruling on it and sitting back after 2 other justices of the Supreme Court sat during the legal holiday and did their work, what the Ghanaian taxpayers pay them for. That's what we are asking for.
But at least some timelines have been given, with regard to when some of these processes will come back to the Supreme Court, because, the registrar was telling us that there are some defendants who have failed to file a memorandum of issues, while the Attorney General and Parliament have also failed to file their defense within the period which is stipulated by the rules of the courts. But she went on further to say that the application will be heard within 1 week of the Supreme Court sitting, being between the 15th to the 17th of October. Today is the 7th of October. So at least, a certain time frame has been given to deal or to actually get into this. That does not satisfy you?
Okay, in the first place.
Yeah.
In the first place, there are named entities, recognized, registered legal entities in this country who are promoting the bill, who are sponsoring the bill, who are advocating for a march tomorrow. I want to find out if the Judicial Secretary approached any of us even before going to the press. I understand we want to do ABCD. This is the decision we have taken as a judiciary. Does that settle you? No. Nobody, to the best of arise, please, were you approached?
No.
No. That's the first thing. Now you give us a timetable. We have spelled out our issues for which we are requesting for a match. You sit down, you allow us to spend so much money in publicity, in organizing, in mobilizing, and going all around, doing all the hard work. And then the night before, I was actually in a radio station where the presenter informed us that there's a press conference by the judiciary.
We were doing community engagement.
Thank you. So as it stands now, up until now, I have not had time to sit down to even listen to the whole presentation from the judiciary, because I have engagements and I cannot cancel my engagements because there's been a press release which was not even addressed to us as the proponents of this thing. So our match will come on tomorrow, because even the snippets that we have had time to even digest does not answer the critical and fundamental issues we have raised. The judiciary can actually say that you have not filed a statement of case, you have not filed this, you have not filed that, and so your case is nullified. It is in the law. I am not a lawyer. I am not a lawyer. I stand to be corrected. But the judiciary has the capacity. You are supposed to file within 14 days. What did the judiciary do? And this is the Supreme Court. This is not any lower court. This is the highest court of the land. There's nothing above that. And this panel includes the Chief Justice. This is no mean setup. This is the highest court of the land with the highest judicial official of the land. You have no idea the power of the Supreme Court. This is where we are.
Right, you're still watching State of Affairs here on GHOne Television, and with Buy Now, Pay Later, with Subetro, you can now buy a very sleek and trendy smartphone and enjoy the luxury of paying in convenient weekly or monthly installment plans. And all you have to do is walk into any of MTN's service centers to choose your favorite from a wide range of mobile phones that are there. And the best part is that all phones come with up to 2 gigabytes of free data so that you can share your pictures and get all the biggest scoops online for the first 6 months after purchase. So go on and share the exciting news with your family and your friends and stay connected on the smart side of life with MTN and Submetro. MTN, of course, you know, is everywhere you go. And make sure that you are not missing out on this great opportunity to get that smartphone that you've been looking for. And also, get ready for a game changer. SMEs out there, this is to you. We are introducing the Yellow Biz with new multi-service bundle and everything you need for a smarter business solution. And this is an all-in-one package which consists of a 4G plus router with 10 gig free data, Microsoft Office 365, that is genuine Microsoft applications, WebWiz, a customized business website for your business, Unicom service, which is a unified business communication solution for your virtual call center, IVR, and conferencing needs. And all for a very, very good deal if you're an SME. So you don't want to miss out on this. And with the MTN Yellow Biz, your business will gain access to advanced productivity tools, a powerful online presence, and superior customer experience to optimize your operation. So to stay ahead of the competition, this is what you need to do, right? Call 100 or call 0244 308 111 or send an email to mtn.gh@mtn.com. And do remember that terms and conditions apply. You're still watching State of Affairs here on GH1 Television. My guests in the studio this evening, David Aguda and, of course, Rex Omar. There is a protest which has been planned, and we're talking about that protest, which is obviously they want expedited action on the anti-LGBTQ plus bill, or the proper human sexual rights and family values bill. Stay tuned. When we return from this short break, we'll continue with the conversation. Welcome back to the show. You're watching State of Affairs here on GHOne Television, and we're very grateful that you've tuned into State of Affairs this evening here on GHOne Television. And we want to remind you once again that with Buy Now, Pay Later with Summitro, you can buy a sleek, trendy smartphone and enjoy the luxury of paying in convenient weekly or monthly installment plans. And all you have to do is walk into any of MTN's service centers, choose your favorite from a wide range of mobile phones that are on offer. And then the best part is that all the phones come with up to 2 gigabytes free data so that you can share your pictures and get all the biggest scoops online for the first 6 months after purchase. So go on and share the exciting news with your family and friends and stay connected on the smart side of life with MTN and Summitro. And still speaking of MTN, if you are an SME, you need to pay close attention because they've got a great offer for you. Get ready for a game changer because the Yellow Biz, which is the new multi-service bundle with everything that you need for a smarter business solution, which is an all-in-one package, is here for you. From getting a 4G router with 10 gig free data, Microsoft 365, genuine Microsoft applications, WebWiz, Unicom service, all at a very, very good deal. So stay ahead of the competition. Call 100 or call 0244-308-111 or send an email to mtnbusiness.gh@mtn.com. On State of Affairs this evening, we are discussing the current state of the anti-LGBTQ plus bill because there is a planned protest. And of course, if you're just tuning in, that is what we have been discussing for the past 30 minutes or so here on State of Affairs. My guests in the studio from the Advocates for Christ Ghana, David Aguda is here. And Arise Ghana is represented very well here. Rex Omar is their representative this evening here on State of Affairs. So, you've already notified the police of your protest?
Yes, we have.
And they've given you the modalities of how the protest is going to go?
They've given us all the modalities and then our route and everything. And in fact, the police, they are not just guiding us. They are part of it because I don't believe any Ghana police person or police man wants LGBT in Ghana. This is a national issue. This is something that must bother every well-meaning Ghanaian, especially Justice, Chief Justice, being a mother, being a wife, having children. Most of the people working at the Supreme Court are people that have families. So these are issues that we shouldn't trivialize it and play judicial gymnastics and play politics with it. This is a serious issue that bothers Ghanaians. So that is the reason why tomorrow the march is going to be very peaceful. We just want to make sure that they put much attention. We believe that the Supreme Court has enough power and capacity to deal with this issue. As they have not ruled on the injunction and trying to deal with the whole issue, then it means that till that kingdom come. That is why I'm saying they are playing gymnastics with it. Because all we are seeing, we of Arise Ghana, all we are seeing is they are playing games to shield the president, because as soon as they allow this to go, the president has 14 days to either accent or send it back to parliament. And they are shielding the president. So I am daring Chief Justice to prove us wrong. This is what we believe. She should prove us wrong tomorrow.
So who are part of this march? Of course, we know Advocates for Christ, Arise Ghana.
Ghana.
Who else? Who are the various groups that are coming together tomorrow for this protest
Even
march?
this evening, Pentecostal Council sent a letter. We know a lot of groupings, Ghana Transport Associations and
Concerned
Drivers Association. A lot of CSOs and then churches, and the Chief Imam has blessed it.
In fact, with the Chief Imam, the Chief Imam authorized all Imams in all of the Greater Accra region to announce at Friday prayers that all Muslims should join this to show their disdain for LGBT, to let the whole world know that every single Muslim is in support of this bill passing. Various churches, the Ulomo of the Ghana state, Numogbelimfu, is participating in the match himself in full regalia with his full team. There are so many chiefs who are coming along. There are so many queen mothers. In fact, the queen mothers have been one of the most vociferous force behind us. Okay, so it's a very wide spectrum. COMOG, Coalition of Muslim Organizations, the full force of COMOG is behind this march. As for the Christian community, if I begin to list the churches,
You won't finish.
we will not finish. Solidarity messages, notices to church members to participate fully. So it is all Ghanaians, everybody. And like we were saying, even the police officers who are marching with us in this peaceful march are also in support of what we are doing. So it's a cross-section of all Ghanaians. And this is not a political party affiliated activity.
No.
So we are not entertaining any political party colors in the march tomorrow. Come with your red top, come with your gold top, come with your green top or your black top, and we are going to distribute flags to every single person who would participate in this rally, in this march. So as we go along, we'll be waving the Ghana flag to lift high the flag of Ghana, that we would not be cowed into accepting anything which is alien to us as a people.
So where is the march starting from tomorrow? What is the routes that you're taking?
Okay, we are starting from the Obra spot at 7 a.m.
Okay.
So from 7 a.m. at Obra spot, we'll go all the way to the, what do you call the place? The TUC. Farisco. Then we turn towards the TUC. And we go all the way up to the Attorney General's office at the law courts, the new court complex.
Right.
At the new court complex, we will present the petition to the Attorney General, who the Chief Justice says is one of the principal individuals delaying the process. So we would ask him to please hurry up so that the case can be heard.
Right.
For a judgment to be passed on the case. Then from there, we go to the office of the Chief Justice in the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court complex, and then present our petition to her.
All right.
Then we would come to announce to all those who came on the peaceful march that we have accomplished that which they sent us to go and do for them.
All right, very well. So we'll have to wrap up this one because we also have a conversation with the Honorable Member of Parliament for the Ningo Pram constituency. We know that he's one of the chief proponents of this private members bill, which has not yet been signed into law. But Rexum, I'll give the final word to you on this very briefly.
Thank you very much. All we're saying is this is not about any political party. If you are coming there, come with your black or red clothing, and for the first time, let us think Ghana and do something that will secure the future of our children's children. That's all we're asking for.
All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us this evening here on State of Affairs. David Aguda is with Advocate for Christ Ghana, and of course, Rex Omar is one of the lead conveners of Arise Ghana. You're still watching State of Affairs here on GHOne Television. We'll take a short break. When we return, we'll be engaging the Honorable Member of Parliament for the Ningo Pram constituency. Stay tuned.